Hello pilots! I never really wanted to do clickbaity 10-point videos, but while preparing my next video, which will be the in-depth about all iron components, I had a lot of facts, especially about shields, which were just making that video too long. So I decided to just put all the extra facts into one video, see it as some kind of basic preparation for the iron video. Some facts might be basics, but there are also some where I really had to crunch some numbers, for example to find out all the shield values for the big ships. So let's jump right in. Alright, so 5 out of the 8 ships you can choose in the game have shields. That's all the rebel ships and the TIE Reaper. They range, depending on your loadout, from 350 shield points on the A-wing to up to 2100 shield points on the support ships. These shields have to be depleted before you can actually do hull damage, with some small exceptions like collision damage. The bigger ships have shields too. The corvettes and raiders have 17,000 shield points, the frigates and cruisers have 30,000 shield points, and the capital ships, both of them, have 60,000 shield points. Unlike the small player-controlled ships, you can ignore the shields of all bigger ones by just flying under them. If I am correct, it is just since The Last Jedi that we can actually see the shields as a bubble around the ship. But the visibility changes depending on some factors, so if you're not sure if you are beneath the shield to target the hull or subsystem, there are sounds for both entering and exiting the shields. However, these seem to not always play if there's too much going on at the same time. Unlike the corvettes and frigates, capital ships can regenerate their shields. Recharging the full shield takes exactly 2 minutes, which means that the recharge rate is 500 shield points per second. That sounds like a lot and means that it can recharge the damage of, say, a proton bomb in just over 2 seconds. And that is why it's important that you keep shooting at it. It takes 5 seconds of not taking any damage for the shield to start the regeneration. So if you keep firing just single bolts every few seconds, you can keep preventing the regeneration. Destroying one of the 2 shield generators will not stop the regeneration, but will reduce the shields permanently by 50%. To get rid of these shields, you can use pretty much any weapon you want. However, iron weapons are much more efficient for this job, but that is not because iron damage is any different from regular damage. The only difference between iron damage and regular damage is that the iron damage only applies to shields. Iron weapons deal 0 damage to the hull. And that also means that, for example, a proton torpedo with 4000 regular damage points will deal the same 4000 damage to shields. So iron weapons are not by default superior, they are just because they have very high damage values. Now it is also stated in the description boxes that iron weapons are highly efficient against subsystems on capital ships. In detail, that means iron weapons deal no damage whatsoever against subsystems. However, iron weapons can disable both shield generators and targeting systems for 50 seconds each. 1 or 2 iron bombs can be enough for that, but keep in mind that you will have to disable both shield generators to have any effect. The power system, however, cannot be disabled or weakened with iron weapons, but a rather small amount of iron damage, for example 2 iron bombs, will overload and instantly destroy the power systems. If a player takes iron damage, you will see a round pie chart indicator next to his ship. This will deplete slowly if he does not take more iron damage. Once it fills up though, the ship will temporarily be disabled. At this point the circle will change into a triangle until the effect stops. If you play with a limited HUD or do not face the player, there is also an additional indicator on your board computer. I really tried to figure out for how long this effect keeps you disabled, and I saw anything from 2 to 10 seconds, but my best guess so far is that it depends on your ship class. Shields do not seem to affect this, but interceptors seem to be taken out the shortest, support ships the longest. If you fire a projectile, especially a slow torpedo, they will vanish mid-flight if you die, so don't use them on suicide runs. Bonus fun fact. In the first gameplay trailer we could see that the laser recharge indicator changed from red to blue on an A-wing when the ion cannon was equipped. This is no longer the case in the final game, but since this feature is not missing from all ships, the TIE Bomber and the TIE Interceptor still have the blue version. I think that this right now in version 1.2 is just another little bug in the game. Alright, that's it. As I said, the ion component video is almost done and will be up soon. In the meantime, if you haven't already, have a look at the interceptor component video. Thanks for watching and see you soon.